Sorry, here we are. We're live for post-game celebration, program redefining win, if you will, and easily the biggest win since the win against West Virginia many years ago now. Could not be happier for this team. You heard Riley Leonard's post-game. That's all we were waiting for to jump on here. Gave credit to Jesus Christ, which is the most important thing anyways, and then gave credit to his O-line. Him and Freeman both said we're going to enjoy this today and then get back to work. Notre Dame versus Penn State next Thursday in the Orange Bowl. Going to be huge. Penn State, I don't know. We'll see. We'll get into that later. We'll talk. We'll break that down game later. But man, defense, absolutely incredible game. And that was with Cross going down a couple times. Xavier Watts was out for a few plays. We already didn't have Riley Mills. We didn't have Jordan Botello. We didn't have Trubacor. Ben Morrison, and still this team finds a way once again to win in what, again, is probably the biggest game we've won in 20, was it 12? I'm not good at math. 30 plus years. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. Freeman, if you ever had a doubt about him, you shouldn't. This season has changed every narrative there is about Notre Dame football. By the way, I think if you go back and look at our history, we rarely do this, but those refs were absolute trash. The phantom illegal formation on Faison, the illegal shift, the PI on Kaiser, come on now. They're doing the trophy presentation right now. You got Kaiser, Cross, Watts on the stage. Beautiful moment here. The Irish capture the Sugar Bowl. Just an incredibly awesome opportunity for this team. Nate, what do you got?
Yeah, it's crazy to think about, but that's the biggest win in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen my team win, quote unquote, a New Year's Six Bowl.
Yep.
And this was the first New Year's Six Bowl win. So It feels extra sweet for me, and I'm sure other Notre Dame fans that had to endure the, big game embarrassments with, the guy that's watching on his couch right now, watching his old team succeed and flourish without him.
Gerard Rhodes, great point here. RJ Oben, play of the game. Tough season. The dude made an impact play. Yeah.
He had a great game.
He had a really good game. Arguably, player of the game would be RJ Oben on defense, but I think you could give it to Junior Tuihalamaka. You could give it to Adon Schuler. Josh Burnham had a good game. Just all in all, the defense has played absolutely lights out. Pam Piazza said refs were bad. Jerome Bolden, huge win, go Irish. Marvin Bell says yes, and absolutely yes is right. Yes. Just huge. Got Freeman up there getting ready to take the Sugar Bowl trophy back home to South Bend for a few days. Gonna have less than a week to prepare. And although I think most of us probably think Penn State is overrated, there's a reason they're in the Orange Bowl, and it's gonna be a tough out. So one game stands in our way of getting back to the national championship game against what I think without question will be Ohio State. Imagine the storylines. A Notre Dame-Ohio State rematch in the friggin' national championship game.
I need it. I need it.
But first they need to take care of Penn State, which, again, say what you want. They're going to be a team that's going to come after it. They're going to be hungry to get to that natty too. Darrell Siniswowski, beat Georgia. Freeman out Coach Kirby and beat the refs. Bring on Penn. Yeah, we'll stop. We won't talk about the refs anymore. I think we've already done that justice. I think you can tell based on our posts and stuff that we weren't happy with the refs, and I don't think anybody that has a brain for either team could see that some of those were absolutely insane. Rich Dutcher said, "This feels so good, brother. Love the Notre Dame." Exactly. I'm not going to read that. Stephen Walker, I'll never make any more comments about Riley. Yeah, that clutch first down pickup toward the end of the game where he went aerial, got hit, still held onto the ball and got the first down. That right there is why Riley Leonard didn't deserve any of the criticism, in my personal opinion, for the entire year. The guy's got, excuse my French, balls of steel. He's a team leader. He's just an absolute stud.
He won the game today, and that's what Notre Dame has needed for, countless years. A winner at quarterback. You had Ian Book, you had
Kaiser,
Pine, you had Deshaun Kaiser, Malik Zaire, Jack Cohn. Those guys weren't winners. They're good athletes, great quarterbacks, but they didn't win games. Riley Leonard's stats, they're not eye-popping. Let's be honest with ourselves. 160 total yards, 90 passing yards, but he won the game.
That's right.
He won the game, and that's the most important thing.
Most importantly, we didn't turn the ball over. And we said at the beginning of the show, win the turnover battle, win the time possession battle, you win the game, and that's exactly what happened today. We got the turnover on Etienne where RJ Oben stripped it. Look at Riley Leonard, still has a football in his hands. What a kid, man. Love that dude. Yeah, these guys, this team is so special, man. I think next year, when you look at the amount of talent we're going to have coming back and inevitably hitting maybe a couple more positions in the portal, arguably next year might have an even more loaded team if that's even possible, especially with some of the young guys that are coming in. But this team has that special, I don't know what about it, but it's
swagger.
It's swagger. It's
aura,
something.
swagger, whatever word you want to use.
Let's see.
I don't know.
Brett Boysen said you have to buy into the mission and trust the process. Amen. Hope love is okay. Yeah, so let's talk about that for a minute. Gosh, that's beautiful. It does look like Love had to sit out for the rest of the game. That was obviously unfortunate, but I think he's going to be okay. I think it would take a death potentially to keep Jeremiah Love out of the Orange Bowl. Riley Leonard was just named MVP of the Sugar Bowl.
Offensive MVP, I believe.
Yeah. 15 to 24, 90 yards, 1 tutty, 14 rush, 80 yards on the ground for Riley. Beautiful. So Riley Leonard, breaking news, is your offensive MVP of the Sugar Bowl. Congrats to Riley. That's beautiful. Great win, clean up the penalties. Honestly, aside from Bryce Young being just almost too aggressive on those punts, those were the only penalties, in my opinion, that really were warranted. I mean, some of these other things were absolute ticky-tack BS. Let's see. The next 6 years with Coach Freeman are going to be huge. I can see a national championship or even 2 or 3. That's from Matthew Rose. I'm going to pin that. I'll take one. Honest to God, at this point, I would take one natty in the next ever at this point to see that again and have that experience. We'll fly down to South Bend for the parade. It'll be another tattoo for sure. So yeah, man, this is insane. Anthony Rennell, let's go. You have to bind the mission. Hope love is okay. I live in Buckeye country, so I'm already hearing the smack. That's from Amber. Like I said, we got to take care of Penn State first, which I'm feeling pretty good about that, quite frankly. Travis Big T Watkins, I'm calling Notre Dame versus OSU 3, Notre Dame national champs. God. If that were to happen, man, Lou Holtz needs to hand the trophy to Coach Freeman in front of Ryan Day's crying ass. Bob Schmidt, man, I said earlier in the year, but Riley plays so much better when he smiles. Keep smiling and having fun. Play loose, have fun, and enjoy the game of football. It's from Bob Schmidt. Great point. Brian, let's see, post this one here. Brian Tomiako, amazing win. Love the fact that I think that's Kaiser. Oh, no. Heinisch. Heinisch from Pittsburgh got the final sack. Yeah, Kurt and Donovan Heinisch are both, undersized, but play with an absolute motor.
Xavier Watts, defensive MVP of the game.
That's right. Xavier Watts, defensive MVP. Official. So Riley Leonard, offensive MVP. Xavier Watts, defensive MVP. If you have a special teams, obviously Jaden Harrison with the opening second half kickoff return for a tutty was insane. All right, what else we got here? Go Leprechauns. Yeah, Leprechauns, everything. Indy, baby. Hell yeah, from Texas. That's from Chris Nat Barton. See some other teams. Special teams for the win. Yeah, Bill Brennan. That's a great point. I'm going to post that one too. From the punt return, from the punt blocks, almost punt blocks, to the kick return for a touchdown to start off the second half. Also, I just saw his number right here. Gabe Rubio, shout out, dude. He came up big, had to come up big, and he did. I think he had a great game. Didn't hear his name called too much on tackles, but he was in the backfield damn near every play. So good job to our guy Gabe on that game there. Howard Cross played well. I mean, Christian Gray on the penalty or the play where he got burned. No other player in college football, in my opinion, other than maybe Jeremiah Smith, is making that catch like that Georgia player did. Sheila Allen, I am beyond proud. Dogs or Lions, we don't care. We are the Fighting Irish. Oh, dogs or Lions, got it. I'm happy the Indies shut up the SEC people, for sure. Let's see. Al Diapolis said Watts MVP. Yeah, he got the defensive MVP, and very well deserved. Those of us from Pitts. Oh, Yinzers, gotcha. Okay, my bad. Sorry about that, Brian. So he says Yinzers. Yins for y'all. Got it. Julio Stillen, Faison was good today. Yep, he was very good today. He seems like he's finally healthy, which is going to be a real problem for Penn State. Mm-hmm. All right, so Final Four: Penn State, Notre Dame, Texas, and Ohio State. Pretty damn good company to be a part of, guys. I seriously can't say enough how big of a win this is. The haters can no longer say, Win a big game. Win a New Year's Six game. Win a playoff game. Okay.
Win a playoff game that is in Indiana.
Right. Okay.
That was
okay.
Just happened.
2 playoff wins, 2 top 10 wins in the span of 2 weeks, 13 wins, first time ever in program history. Let's not overlook that fact. 13-win season, first time ever in program history, which they obviously are playing more games, but that's still an incredible stat to have under your cap. And let's be real, if it wasn't for that thing that happened week 2, we'd be 14-0. So,
but we also have to play Ohio State instead of.
Let's see, Dylan Hendricks. I'm in dog country, man. This feels wonderful. I can't even imagine. That'd be like us beating SC in the playoffs for us.
Well, they would make the playoffs. So.
Dan Marchildon said, I have tears in my eyes after all this time of us getting our ass kicked in playoff BCS games and all the ragging people said about us, and we beat them good. Let's go Irish. Yeah, not to mention, not only did we win, 13-point victory, guys. Two-score victory over the SEC champions. Not just a good SEC team, SEC champion Georgia Bulldogs. We got them. First win in program history over Georgia, mind you.
Undefeated against SEC this year.
That's true.
Georgia
Good call.
And A&M.
Good call. Let's see. Rich Dutcher, Indy opens up as a 1.5-point favorite over the Nittany Lions. All right.
Same as today.
Johnny Self, brother, we did it. No more talk about the mighty SEC. Yeah, no, that talk is done. Marcus Freeman has ushered in a new era of Notre Dame football in year 3. We always talk about how year 3 is so special for Notre Dame coaches. Here it goes again. Let's see. Ed Cohn, go Irish. Jeremy Smith, congratulations to the Irish. Go Dogs. Stephen Forrest said, go Irish, what a game. If you guys were at the game, we'd love to hear from you. What was the environment like? I know Gary Canaday, one of our admin, the Irish Giant, was on scene going live. In fact, he might be live right now along with us. But let's go, guys. This team is really special. Don't want to jinx it, but I think we have a great chance in the Final Four. That's from Steve Franchi. Sheila Allen, there's nothing to dispute. We belong to have a seat at the table, period. Amen to that. Leonard wasn't sexy, but he was gritty, and I'll take gritty every damn day.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
It's kind of
perfect word. That's perfect.
You got the celebration going on. They're showing in the locker room now. These guys absolutely freaking deserve this. What an absolute beautiful team. I can't wait to see the Here Come the Irish about this week, man. From everything from, again, we got to keep in mind, hearts go out to the tragedy, to the victims of the tragedy, the terrorist attack yesterday. Still got to keep them at the forefront. Obviously, we're happy, but there's 12 people who aren't going to go home to their families again, and we got to remember that too. So prayers for all of NOLA, and especially prayers for those families of the victims. See, Isaac Clark, I openly was discussing with Leonard in the first half of the season, and I refuse to listen to anyone. I'm here to say I was wrong, and I apologize. Isaac, I don't think there's anything to apologize for, brother. I think it's, we want Notre Dame to win. Everybody wants Notre Dame to get back to the top of the mountain, and we're there now. And I think even Riley, he would probably say, look, man, the first 2 games, I was not what I needed to be. And I still, I'll take it to my grave, I think he was hurt for sure in the NIU game. But guess what? It doesn't matter now because we're there, and that's what it is. Jim Bush says we can beat Penn State. Oh, 100% we can. I would feel I would feel better about our chances against Penn State than I would against Georgia because
I should agree with that.
Georgia, in my opinion, Georgia has that, again, the SEC speed that you think about. They have the athletes at receiver. By the way, Gunnar Henderson? Stockton, whatever. Seeing the baseball player. Gunnar, the quarterback for Georgia. Dude, what a stud.
Respect.
Respect for sure. Honestly, respect to Georgia in general. I like Kirby Smart, always have. He kind of whines a little bit, but he's a hell of a coach. That quarterback is going to be special. You're going to hear his name a lot next year. Gunnar Stockton. I don't really care what these guys' names are. The guy we just beat. But no, good game for him. And then shout out also to the Georgia offensive. I think he was the guard. Nope, don't know his name, but number 73. All game today, he was just mauling people. So I just like to see good line play, but whatevs. All right, Matthew Rose, Jason Hendricks, you have to give a big shout out to Shannon Canaday for putting up with Gary Canaday today, LOL. I mean, that's every day of his life and her life. So shout out Shannon Canaday for allowing the Irish Giant to be a big knucklehead and do all these fun things for Notre Dame faithful. Zach Schaefer, let's go Irish. We are indeed. Man, our defense is solid. And I said all along, if Riley runs the ball, we will win. And he did it. He took over. Love seeing this. We're finally beating SEC teams, and it feels great. Yeah, like Nate said, 2 wins against SEC teams this year. 2 wins against top SEC teams, not just Vandy, well, who's also good, or whoever else. Yeah, respect for Gunnar all day. I think it's wild. All the conference champs lost, yet another – everyone says Indy needs to join a conference. Screw that. Independent champs for life, baby. Independent for life. We are never joining a conference. This run in the playoffs shows that we don't need to join a conference. take care of the games in front of you, and you'll be in the playoffs, have an opportunity to do these beautiful, wonderful things that this team has been able to do. I love the fact that almost all of the analysts saying we didn't have a dog in this fight. Shout out to Freeman. That's from Donald La Rotunda, and good use of the dog in that. That's awesome. For those of you guys that didn't get to watch the game live, I'm sorry, man. That was a beauty. It's a real beauty. Shout out to Patty. Let's see. Respect for Gunner, I think, as well. Absolutely a believer. That's from Isaac Clark. Gary Mayo said Dabo blew out a colon. I don't get that one, but okay. Sounds great. Let's see here. Some of the Georgia players look like they are in their early 30s. This is from Gary Mayo again. Yes, especially the Gunner kid. He definitely looks like he's a little bit older than the 19 that they profess that he is, but hey, whatever. Let's see, Zach Schaefer, I love it. This is our year. The only team I think could give us a hard time will be Ohio State, but I believe in this team. Let's go get that natty.
You're still not 100% for sure we'll play Ohio State.
That's true.
We still got to beat Texas.
Let's see, I like this one from Frank a lot. Is this a dream? Please don't wake me up. Dude, exactly. I didn't think we were going to lose. I figured it was going to be kind of a dogfight like this. God, looking at these brackets, it's just a beautiful thing. Notre Dame 27, Indiana 17, 23-10 today. Let's see what they're showing some Penn State highlights. Let's see. Penn State's big up front. I don't see the playmakers that they have like Georgia does. They're defensively. They're good on defense, no doubt about that. But who have they? They played Boise State. They shut down Ashton Genty. I think today we showed that we can do what we need to do to not just rely on J-Love. Got special teams, we got defense. I think that up front we do really well against this team right here. Just kind of watching some of the highlights right now. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, and 8 seeds in semifinals. Very cool. Steve Wyatt said, "Let's go Irish." Let's see what else we got. Let's go through here. We can beat Penn State from Jim Bush. Roman Harper on post game has a suit on. That hurts my eyes. Oh yeah, whoa. Maybe. Wow, that is a really ugly suit, Mr. Harper. But do you, buddy? Do you? Let's see. Amber Sullivan definitely seems like it was. Let's put this on here. Definitely seems like it was an advantage to have the first round home games rather than the bye week. Yeah, and that's what's going to happen each time. We need to get that. I think the bye, whatever, but a first round home game is a must at this point. I think that's what's going to be the formula for us in the playoffs. Patty McCormick, our big buddy, our other admin. Let's effing go. Biggest win since '88? ? No question. That is the biggest win since '88 by far.
They're showing a battle in the trenches graphic. It says Notre Dame on offense, 218 rush per game, 6.1 yards rushing, 42 rush touchdowns. Penn State on defense, allowing 101 rushing yards per game, 3.1 per attempt, and 8 rushing touchdowns.
Our buddy Rob Carbone beating the SEC. It just means more, LOL. Yeah, it does. Again, we were the SEC stepchild for so long, and now we show that we belong and that we can beat the SEC teams. Let's enjoy tonight. Have a great evening. But I have to go live on Whatnot. All right, Isaac, have fun. Go Irish. Thanks for joining us. We're going to jump off, go celebrate, and I have to use the restroom because I've been holding it in since the start of the game. One more thing from Joe Hogan. This team is special. This defensive speed not allowing Georgia to get outside. They have it all. I don't care who ends up on the other side of the ball. Love it. We want Penn State. That's from Joey Piccola. Now everybody's coming in with comments. Now it's a very old school rivalry game from Jerome Bolden. Gary Kapinski. Down goes the vaunted SEC. Here come the Irish. A. Stiller. Go freaking Irish. We'll sum it up with that. Everybody have a blessed evening. Thank you, God, for everything. Thank you for this victory. Let's keep it going. Go Irish. Beat Penn State.